What I want to show you right now is I want to show you a little bit about how the prep process goes for a director. This is my office. Here's what happens first. We get preliminary sketches. These are drawings deciding sort of where things are going to be, how the sets are going to be put together. The production designer, Bridget McGuire, puts these together. These are her rough sketches, which she'll bring to me. Here's a concept picture of the grate that O'Neill was lying against, or will be lying against. A full color rendition of the windows that are going to be in Paul's torture chamber. And of course this is the gloss picture showing us what actually the torture chamber will look like.
Who are you?
You go first.
Part of the problem when you're prepping a show like this is that the set isn't built until often the day before you go in. So you can't spend a lot of time standing on the set figuring out where you're going to put people, where you're going to put cameras, things like that, the way you can with normal standing sets on the base. So one of the other things that happens is that they will build us a maquette or a model of the rooms that we're going to be using. Now here's an example of the maquette of the torture chamber itself. Little O'Neill hanging up over there, a little ball sitting underneath here. So a couple of things that this allows me to do. One is I can see perspective. I can see how big the people are compared to the set itself. It also allows me to do this. I have to figure out what's going to happen when we actually shoot O'Neill on this set, because we're going to see it like this. We're going to be shooting O'Neill from here.
The truth is rewarded.
I don't know anything else.
There may be much more of this Kanan still in your memory than even you know. But it'll come to you. In time.
The other set, of course, is the corridor set that ends in the cell. In theory, using the maquette as a model, I should be able to bring guards from here around the corner. And we should be able to see this kind of an over, where we see O'Neill standing at the back of the chamber on the floor. Now this is really what's going to sell the anti-gravity. Again, this is all in theory. Now this becomes a very complicated shot, the one that I've just done with this camera, because in order to bring somebody from here to here, of course O'Neill can't be standing on the floor back there. That's not going to work. So the way we're going to do it is we actually take a gimbaled set right here, which is actually going to be vertical, like this. It's a second set, like the one we built there. And you shoot from up above. And I think that we'd probably lose the perspective on how far from the wall we are. And I think this might be a little bit easier, because I certainly cover the whole thing. So. And hopefully I'll have this camera and be able to show you somewhere in this behind the scenes how that actually works. A little bit further down. There. That's the shot. You've got the shot right there.
Is it you?
Hi, Jack. Daniel. I leave and look at the mess you get yourself into.
Let's talk about the ascended Daniel Jackson.
Let's.
I'm energy now.
How's that working out for you?
Good, actually. Very
Good.
Very good.
It's not so much, I think, the important part that we're going to see about is not so much what has happened to him, is how it has affected how he comes back in whatever form he comes back to the show. And I think, you know, we're still early days on working out all the kinks and trying to figure out exactly what it is.
It's a shame you're a delusion.
Well, I'm here. I'm really here.
Sure you are.
My only important part about it is that the character be no different. The character be no omnipotent, angelic person that he's still a pathos-ridden fool that he always was, and we're basically just seeing an old friend come back and talk to a friend and try and be as helpful as possible. The only difference is that no one else seems to be able to see him.
What if you did a little scouting for me? That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
No.
I'm not asking you to knock down walls or anything, just a little recon.
You can't fight your way out of this.
Then help me!
Not that way.
They can see you, right?
I'll come back.
A distraction, that's all I'm asking for.
I promise.
Or something like that.
We got a problem here. Okay, guys. I just want to work on the acting a bit.
Well, we were actually, until you interrupted
They were
us.
running lines.
Hey, Director Boyd's gonna bugger off, eh? There's a reason. Some people are behind the camera.
The goal of the entire episode was to come up with a solid reason for the character to return. Because once Daniel ascended, we didn't want him to just be Clarence, the angel that comes by and says, "Hi guys!" and helps us out with whatever problem we may have.
I told you I'd come back.
If the Daniel Jackson I knew was really here,
I am.
then do something. Listen to me. I don't want to go through that again.
I'd have busted you out, blown this to all.
You can't say that on DVD.
There's a certain legal practice of these people about how they can interact with other beings, and there's certain rules, and he cannot betray those rules. But in this particular circumstance, he's found a little bit of a, as Daniel always seems to do, to find a little bit of a way to use their own, find a loophole in their own rules. Daniel being a diplomat and a lawyer that he seems to be all the time. So I think that's, you know, what at the ending there, that beat is, you know, that's the subtext behind that.
And action!
But you, in the place you're at right now, you don't have any other choices.
Except that outfit. Line? We're not just talking about your life. Oh, I'm into it. We're talking about your soul.
This is it. What I'm offering you is your only way out.
You're wrong about that, too.
You kill me again, and you could put an end to it. You could stop it. You could be the one. I do it for you. You know that you would.
When they lock Rick and I in a room to act, and they don't give us any damn props. I think it was done on purpose. Or furniture, nothing to hide behind, nothing to grab hold, nothing to play with.
Show me how Daniel Jackson disappears in the scene.
What is that over there?
It's like some kind of weird TV magic.
You should see when you're ascended. You should see the card tricks you could do. It's amazing.
And actually have him walk down the wall on this one.
Here, why don't we just keep going forward?
Okay?
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
I can't wait to see you walk today.
Too.
Okay. Yeah. He's just gonna bend over and lift you up. Okay.
I don't want to play this anymore.
Walk down.
I got the job. One guy.
Oh, damn! Oh! Okay. And lock.
First crispy. That's the Greek reverse.
I think to come back in is great at this particular point. It's early in the season. Everybody's still fresh and happy and bubbly and, you know, cheerful and whatnot. And to come back here is like a homecoming of sorts. And it's just different. It's definitely a strange dynamic. It'll be a lot stranger when I leave again. But I think it's always it's a home that I love to come back and see and to see the same faces. And it's everyone's been great. It's been wonderful. That's the best way I can put that.